Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between rolling hills, there lived a young man named Arjun. Arjun was known for his intelligence and creativity, but he had one glaring flaw. He was incredibly lazy. He would spend his days dreaming about grand achievements, but lacked the motivation to take even the smallest step toward his goals. His family and friends often urged him to change, but Arjun would simply shrug and say, "I'll start tomorrow." One day, an old sage visited the village. The sage was renowned for his wisdom and ability to inspire even the most unmotivated souls. Curious about the sage's reputation, Arjun decided to meet him. He approached the sage and said, "I want to achieve great things, but I can't seem to overcome my laziness. What should I do?" The sage smiled and handed Arjun a small, ordinary-looking seed. "Plant this seed, water it every day, and come back to me in a month," he said. Arjun was puzzled but agreed to the task, thinking it was simple enough. The first few days, Arjun diligently watered the seed, but as time passed, his laziness crept in. He began to skip days, telling himself, "It's just a seed. Nothing will happen if I miss a day or two." By the end of the month, the seed had not sprouted, and Arjun felt a pang of guilt. He returned to the sage, expecting a scolding. Instead, the sage handed him another seed and said, "Try again. But this time remember that every action you take, or don't take, has a consequence." Arjun nodded, determined to do better. This time, Arjun committed to watering the seed every single day, no matter how tired or unmotivated he felt. He reminded himself of the sage's words and visualized the seed growing into a strong, healthy plant. Days turned into weeks, and one morning Arjun saw a tiny green sprout breaking through the soil. Overjoyed, he continued his efforts, and by the end of the month, the sprout had grown into a small but vibrant plant. Arjun returned to the sage, proudly showing off the plant. The sage smiled and said, "You see, Arjun, laziness is like a weed. If you let it grow, it will choke your potential. But if you take consistent action, no matter how small, you can cultivate greatness. The seed was just a metaphor for your dreams. Water them daily with effort and discipline, and they will flourish." Arjun realized the profound lesson. From that day forward, he applied the same principle to his life. He broke his goals into small, manageable tasks and committed to working on them every day, even when he didn't feel like it. Over time, his laziness faded, replaced by a strong work ethic and a sense of purpose. Years later, Arjun became a successful entrepreneur, known not only for his achievements but also for his discipline and determination. He often shared the story of the seed with others, inspiring them to overcome their own laziness and take control of their lives. The moral of the story is simple. Laziness can only be overcome through consistent action. Start small, stay committed, and watch your efforts grow into something extraordinary.